Alrighty guys, what is up? Welcome to another episode of Cookie Clicker with Lone Debater 7, and today we are going to be covering the 7th Ascension. So, since last time, it's been a little bit. We've been playing for 10 days, 20 hours, so almost 11 days. We've invested a fair amount of sugar lumps in various building upgrades and such. Not a big deal on that. They only give you like a few percentage upgrades. The only exception to that, since we have aura gloves, we really should be investing in our cursor upgrades up to level 10 because we get an additional 5% on our clicks for each level this is. So yeah, I'm saving up 3 sugar lumps at this point to get this to level 3, and that's going to be our next spend, but not a big deal. We are pretty much ready to do the Ascension now. I was just going to look real quick and see. We're actually fairly close to getting the JavaScript consoles, so what I'm going to do real quick is sell all of these buildings except for the JavaScript consoles, and we're going to see if we can't get that up to 350 just to get one more achievement before we ascend. Yeah, and we were. Cool. Awesome. We got that. We'll buy that just for fun. It's not doing anything since yeah, not a big deal. We'll go back to all, sell all, doesn't matter. And let's go ahead and ascend. We have 13.3, almost 13.4 billion legacy levels, heavenly chips, what have you, going into the 7th Ascension. So that's kind of the target. I wanted to have more than 9 billion, just because at the 9 billion mark, we can unlock either cat ladies or kitten wages. So we'll look at that in just a second, but we can pick one of those, and then we still will have some left over to do some of these other upgrades. So looking at our first set here, cat ladies, each kitten upgrade boosts grandma cooking per second by 29%. Wow, that's crazy. That will make our grandmas super strong. So we might go for that. Kitten wages, kitten upgrades are 10% cheaper. That's not as big of a deal for me, honestly, just because we only really have one more left, I think. So that, yeah, I'm not worried about that one. We're going to go cat ladies. This one's 900 billion, so we're a ways off on that. But there we go. So cat ladies is our first perk. What is this one? Okay, I don't know if I want that. Oh, okay. Each grandma makes sugar lumps ripen sooner. That's good. We'll buy that. These we can't afford. We could get this one. Okay, sure. Why not? We'll get that one too. The sucralosia, I guess is how you pronounce that. Sure. I probably butchered it, but whatever. We can't quite afford that, so that's 55 billion. What's left, really? This is 50. We can't quite afford that. I am going to upgrade our kittens, though. So, basically, this, we did get, I think, either 1 or 2 additional kitten upgrades unlocked, so I'm going to socket those in because they're way more expensive by a factor of like 100 or 1,000 or something like that. So we got kitten analysts in upgrade slot 4. We're going to put kitten marketeers in slot 3. We're going to put kitten assistants to the regional manager in slot 2. And then we're going to leave our nonillion fingers in slot 1, and that's how we're going to leave that. Cool. This is 100 billion. We can't quite afford that. We can afford keepsakes, though, so we will grab keepsakes. Shimmering Veil. Sure, we'll grab Shimmering Veil. And that's pretty much all we can afford at this point. Not a big deal. I think we'll start generating a lot more legacy levels at this point now, primarily because of this cat ladies perk. So this is what our tree looks like now. The points we picked up, prioritize cat ladies on the 7th Ascension. Then you want to get sugar aging process, sucralosia. You want to get keepsakes. And then you want to make sure you upgrade to the highest tier kittens on 3 of your permanent slots. Have your highest tier finger on the first one. And then unlock Shimmering Veil. And that's pretty much all you'll be able to afford if you ascend with like 14 billion. That's what you can get. So not a big deal. Everything, I think these are the cheapest at 15 billion. But really we want to wait and ascend probably around 100 billion at this point or more. Just because that will allow us to buy some more stuff. We still can't get these at 100 billion, but we can get, like if we get 150 billion, we could do this and these two and like the rest of the cheaper ones. But anyway, let's reincarnate. Yes, we are ready to return to the world. There we go. We get more stuffs. Look at us. Buy all the upgrades. No, buy all the upgrades. I said buy. Okay. And let's swap over to the hundos. I'm just going to sell all of that real quick. And we're going to buy 100, 100, 100, 100, 100, 100. And we're just going to go down the list. And the reason why I'm doing this is kind of the most efficient way to do the dragon. Because the first 100 buildings are cheaper than the second 100 or any beyond that. So like buying back the first 100 buildings is better than buying back from 10 buildings to 110. Hopefully that makes sense. So this is just optimizing how much it costs to do this. So I'm going to save up until we get the Idleverse. If I click real quick with my macro, there we go. Shimmering Veil disappears. Sad day. Oh well. We can buy 100 Idleverses though. So we're going to sacrifice these. Boom. Then we'll buy them back. And look at that. Now we're happy. We're going to buy all those upgrades again. And kind of just click up. Buy the 100 to begin with. Just because we can buy hundreds of these buildings. Like we got up to 500 cursors, 500 grandmas. Whoops. It's probably going to be about 480 farms. Yeah. And we'll switch over to the 10 stack because we should be able to increase like those 300s that we've got there. We should be able to increase those. Actually, I was kind of dumb. I should have gone through and sacrificed the 50 of everything first. Then I need 200 of every building. So let's save up for the 200, I guess. Buy these up to 200. And we're just going to sacrifice these to the dragon so we get it in its final form. Right from the get-go, we can sock it in our 2 auras. And honestly, if we have exactly 200 of these, it'll be sacrificing a time machine instead of an Idleverse, which is way cheaper. So yeah, I think that's going to be worth our time. I'm just going to buy those upgrades real quick because I think it's going to be worthwhile. There we go. We can now sacrifice everything. I'm just going to click real quick so I have enough money. I can buy the 200 Idleverses back. But there we go. Sacrifice 200 of every building. Thank you. My cookie dragon is now complete. And we'll just buy these back. So, pretty good. It goes really quick on these Ascendency levels. You know, as far as like building back to a really decent level of generation. So like you can sit in the 100 stack purchase setting for a while when you're starting over. Hopefully this kind of proves that to you if you had doubts. But anyway, we'll get back up to quite a bit of stuff. We'll buy some more upgrades. And now we're going to do the 10s. And we're going to see... Okay. Grandmas should be pretty powerful for us because of the cat lady upgrade we bought or whatever. So I am kind of curious to see how well that does for us. Oh, we'll buy the farm one, sure. Oh, we got cocoa beans, cool. I guess let's actually buy or pick our auras. So I think I was doing this one, the temple one, because we have a lot coming from our kitten and from our prestige rather. So that one's worth doing. And then we could do the prisms or we could do kittens. And that would scale our kitten stuff a lot more. So I think we're going to try kittens this time around, just to mix it up. We'll buy all those again, sure. Might get 500 mines, a little bit more, sure. And it's good to build all these buildings back up to the most you can possibly purchase instantly before you start clicking. And the reason for that is you will unlock if you have the twin gates of transcendency and the synergies, upgrades in your legacy tree, you get bonuses on your production for all of your buildings based off of like ratios, and certain buildings scale certain other ones, so it isn't like if I build time machines all my buildings are getting better. It's just like a specific handful of buildings get better, but eventually it makes it like it means a lot to your cookie production, so it is worth taking the time to do that, like go through, just stack everything up so it's as much as you can possibly afford. And then kind of just go from there. Then you can start running with your macro and clicking because you'll be at a plateau of production, basically, is what it boils down to. But anyway, that's basically the seventh ascendancy and buying back the buildings. We're almost to. There we go. We got 350 antimatters. We'll buy these upgrades. But anyway, guys, so that is doing the 7th Ascendancy. What I'm going to do, once I have the 19 undecillion cookies, I'm going to switch over to the Christmas season to get the Santa and get all the reindeer cookies. Then we'll probably switch to Valentine's Day because it's the easiest to complete. Then we'll do Easter, and then we'll finish with Halloween. So we did carry over some of this stuff because we bought the keepsakes upgrade, so that's kind of cool. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If so, be sure to let me know down in the comments below what you thought. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, be sure to do that as well. Until next time, this has been Lone Debater 7, and we will see ya!